fifth video for navigating the chord changes of Killer Joe, albeit that there's only 2 of them that we're going to be soloing over, but it's important to explore all the options that are there. In the first video I spoke about the blues scale and how that can be really helpful to use over both chord changes. In the subsequent 3 videos, video number 2, 3, and 4, we explored the Mixolydian mode, which is a great match for a dominant chord. Fantastic. So here you have lots of ingredients, lots of choices, lots of things to choose from. In the last video that the last 2 videos that I presented, I talked about vocabulary as it may be in thirds. Prior to that, it was mostly in scalar fashion, seconds and things of that nature. But just because you have all these options doesn't necessarily mean you're going to say anything. I always think of the Charlie Brown school teacher that goes wah 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 wah. You know, somebody's talking, but they're not saying anything. They're not really emoting anything. And I like to play some musical games that help me to channel my creative energies and help me to bring integrity to the phrases that I'm developing. One of them is a very simple concept, which is to find the common tone between the 2 chords that you have and use that as a catalyst for language between those 2 disparate places, harmonically speaking. So if we take a look at the 12 tones that we have here in the chromatic scale, let's examine which ones would actually fit into both chords. There's a lot of them. Concert B flat sounds great on that first chord. It's the root, but it also sounds mint on the second chord. It functions as the 9th. So here's a quick example of me just using that one tone over both chords, and the function, the melodic harmonic function, changes from root to 9, to root to 9, to root to 9, back and forth, back and forth. But just by ear, by our experience of it, it's just one melodic tone, and so it gives a great degree of connectivity between those 2 chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, da, ba, boo, ba, bee, bow. Byproduct of that experience when you're only using one tone, in this case a common tone between both chords, is you really explore and develop your sense of rhythmic language. It's wonderful. That really gives you that heartbeat of what you're saying. It gives you the humanity of what you're saying. It gives you a great sense of phrasing just by focusing on the rhythm. You only have one note. You don't have any melodic choices, maybe an octave choice or something like that. But it forces you to build that language that is based in rhythm. Let's take a look at another tone. There's a B natural concert. Maybe it could work. This is a flat 9 on the first chord and a sharp 9 on the second chord. If you want to explore something very outside, that might be a neat choice. Let's move along to some more inside choices. C natural concert. C natural concert, or the 2nd degree of the scale. Functions as the 9th on the first chord. Functions as the 3rd on the second chord. Let's try that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I stopped there after only exploring 3 tones, but I invite you to explore the rest of the chromatic scale. Think about, just work it out on paper if you want, or by ear, even better. There's a tone that acts as the 5th, it acts as the flat, as the natural 13 on the second chord. Find the tones that are really the sweet, sweet tones that are common and create some language from there. Here's an example of using only that technique. Again, just trying to demonstrate how can you find a tone that bridges the gap between 2 different chords to bring some glue to them on a melodic level. Here's the play-along CD. Some common tones. I like to think function as well. There's the root, it becomes the 9th. Another one. That's the 5th. Becomes the 13th. Let's try another one. Here's C natural concert. That's the 9. That becomes the 3rd. I'm gonna mix those 3 tones together. So, hope that helps. Enjoy.